Good afternoon, America, and good afternoon, whomever, wherever you are on this big planet. This is Dr. Cherry, ready for an interesting talk today. First of all, uh, as always, you must click on the link of this newsletter because you're going to see UFOs. Um, I left for a few days and I was, during that very shocking, unusual, mind-boggling UFO type of energy. And it did happen. You know, if you take the time to click on the link provided in the newsletter and read that old newsletter or watch the videos, I prepare you. I said, it's time for you. If you're looking for UFOs to wear gold, you know why, okay, and go in the middle of the desert and be ready, because if it's going to happen, it's going to be during those Uranic cosmic winds. Again, remember, extraterrestrials do not enter our dense physical world when they feel like. They are using those cosmic winds. So watch of those videos. And as far as this UFO is concerned, I was talking with my friends in the middle of nowhere in the New Mexico desert. I saw two kind of lights above the horizon. It couldn't be the sun because the sun was either on the side or behind me. And it was a kind of a late afternoon. And I said, hey, do you see those lights over there? He said, yeah, yeah. Okay, so by the time he reacted, because he's a little bit slow, I was driving straight and there was nobody in the middle of nowhere in the desert. So I got my camera, which is always ready during those windows, and I went, I took pictures. But when I saw them and I took the picture, they were on the left side of the mountain. And by the time the picture took, but you could see the tremendous distance those two UFO took. They did in a fraction of a second. So that is in the newsletters for you to read and enjoy and see the pictures. Okay, as far as we are concerned, last few days, we were under a deadly Plutonic window, and I warned many of you, men will not make it. Crazy people, killing people, terrorist attacks, death news, suicide, God knows what. So I did not kind of, like I used to do, compile all those negative news and to put the quatrain. Instead, I put it an old SOS to the world windows that explain and make you understand how God cosmic design, how the cosmic code connecting with my quatrain becomes the news is all I'm trying to do. Now, another thing, there is another upcoming windows, and I did not give you the detail, but I'm going to do better than that. As you all know, my movie just came out, Alien Contactee, and in case you do not know, it takes forever for Amazon to put anybody's comment up there. So I have asked to many of you to endorse me, to write a few things for me, because the more you do it, the more Amazon will actually advertise the videos. And then my message can be heard all over the world. And that's the idea. So I've asked very close friends to do that for me. And then even my own close friends, sometimes they don't take the time to answer me. But I guess, we are all busy. I know they will in time. So this special deal that I have for you is kind of interesting, because I want to give you the proof, okay, that those cosmic winds are going to be beneficial for you. Draco told me, and you can read all the detail again of how you should proceed in the newsletter. He told me, anyone from any walks of life who actually is going to endorse your work, okay, you will have to give them a very specific date. and you will have to tell them to be ready for a very good surprise. Now, I did channel this information, okay? And again, the date that he gave me was June the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th. He says, those who really, really endorse and support your work and all the efforts and all the writing and all the teaching, the entertainment in the cosmic teaching education that I did over the years, those who have really support you became VIP, became Patreon. But there is many, many more people out there that doubt our reality is. So I want to give those people, including the skeptics, the proof of what you're talking about. So if you're a supporter, if you learn something, if I entertain you, when I say learn something, something new, because there's a lot of UFO talking heads out there, but if you learn something new with me, if I manage to captivate your attention all the way up to the end of the movie, even better, okay, then show me your support. A lot of you out there wants to help me, but because of COVID-19, you know, they cannot afford foods, so let alone, you know, investing in Dr. Churio, getting my books. But it's a chance for you, if you support me, to reward me for all the many years that I worked for you for free, where you've learned something, where you've been entertained. Do this for me. Help me to pass on my message. Okay, another thing. Some guy emailed me, must have been a kid. He said, hey, Dr. T, why God create wasps? And then, so I said, okay, God created wasps, he also create bees. Okay, the positive, beautiful bees that give you honey for your breakfast, okay, these are stimulated and created by the draconis, which is the good groups of extraterrestrial, while the reptilians, different. They tend to create nasty things that will poison you. And you all know that a wasp will look for a host. Would it be a frog? Would it be a mouse? Would it be anything? They will sting the animal and they will poison the animal so that it is being eaten alive from the inside out. This is exactly what's going on with humans who give in to the reptilians. Okay, you need to understand, if you work for love, for light, for integrity, for education, if you let the blessing of the draconis, love and light, come into you, you are going to magnetize yourself with that good surprise that I mentioned on those days. So do not feel negative. Do not be envious if somebody has a beautiful sport car and you cannot afford it. Don't be envious if somebody is very famous and very successful. Put your heart into that person or your worst enemy. That's why even Jesus says, love your enemies. You need to bypass the negativity of the reptilians. Okay? Do not judge me for who I am. Very sure, very secure, and very confident of my wisdom, which appears to be, for some people who are very insecure, an ego trip. Because those are things, I'm suffering an ego trip, do suffer an inferiority complex. And they have been mauled to death by the reptilians. Think of who I am and what I do for you, what I give you. And if in a way, shape, or form, you feel, well, actually, Dr. Turi taught me a few things, or you know what, he's funny, I like him. Okay, then you start to get for the light. Then you're going to be blessed on those 3 days, especially if you take on the challenge to take the time to say, hey, I watched Dr. Turi's movie, I've learned this, I like this, and give me some stars. Okay, so far, so good. Now, there is 2 links. Okay, you could do the same on both links. The more you do it on both links, both links. The more reward you're giving me, the more option you give me to complete my mission, to pass on my critical message of understanding God's cosmic design, in realizing that the stars may be negative, but the power of God, or your will for that matter, is stronger than those stars and those reptilians who are manipulating those stars, because they can only survive and regenerate with your fears, with negativity, with chaos. So instead, look for light, look for hope, look for happiness. Become that piece of gold that never rusts, that show the best of love to the one you care the most. Okay? Remember, gold is love and light, and it cannot be literally destroyed with time. While metal, where you make guns, tanks, where you make knife to kill people, are more magnetized by the reptilians. So, what I'm trying to tell you here, do not let the negative effect, drag you down. Do not become the dog that the reptilians needs, the fleas that the reptilians are in sucking the blood away from the dog. Do not become that. It starts with you. It starts from the inside. It starts from your own depth of your soul to aim for love, light, education, respect, and helping those that you feel have something that is real and that's important to be shared. So it's a few days from now, okay? The date that I gave you, excuse me. June 26, 27, or 28. You do this, and then you wait for one of these days. And then I guarantee you that Draco told me this is something that I'm going to do for all these people. And believe me, the power this entity has is simply mind-boggling. Okay, you are going to have a good experience. And if it's not you, it's maybe somebody very close to you that you care, giving you a really good news or something special. But you need to ask in order to receive. Remember, magnet will attract a piece of wood. And you know the rules. Positive, negative, up and down, black and white, the front, the back, God, devil, the yin and yang. Okay? 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs. The draconic, beautiful, loving, sunny side of yourself, and the nasty, reptilious, negative side, which wants you to be depressed, which wants confusion, which wants insecurity, that makes you jealous, that makes you envious to those who have more physically, financially, spiritually than you have. Okay? Don't fall for the reptilians who needs that darkness, that negativity, that fear in order to survive on Pluto, which is their base, and work their nasty, nasty poison through dark matter. Do not let them work against you. It's your choice. It starts with you, as I told you earlier, right from the depth of your soul to become enlightened. You're going to feel so much better. And you're going to be part of the solution, which is the promises of the new age of Aquarius, which will stimulate universal love, universal understanding. Of course, astrology, which is the universal religion, will unify people. As I told you in previous videos, you can be French, American, Arabic, Jewish. You can follow any of the 875 different religions. You know, those religions were created by the reptilians to split us because we're not the same. In body, mind, and soul, and belief, we are totally different. And that's what the reptilians want you, to make sure you become a racist, to make sure there is chaos. They need the negativity. They need the dark forces to survive. And then you have the beautiful, enlightening draconics who feed you with the forces of hopes, the future, education, respect, integrity. All that I'm trying so hard to offer you. I'm working on both the physical and the spiritual side. Give my best all the time. And this is why ordinary things do not happen to me. Extraordinary things happen to me. It can happen to you too. You only have to ask and you have to change. If you don't like me, Ask yourself, okay, why don't I like Dr. Cherry? The way he expresses himself, because he drives a nice car, because he's got a 5-bedroom home. Uh, most of the time, you will realize that you don't like me because there is a sense of inferiority or insecurity, which is fed by the reptilians. I got so much to offer you. Believe me, I got so much. And much that I gave you so far over the years since 1991 has been free. Okay. So, excuse me. It's your chance. It's your chance to say, yeah, Dr. Jerry, I realize that you've been working all your life. You're 70 years old and you're still at it physically and spiritually, doing so much more than all these negative people. If you want to stay alive a long time, you need to get busy. You need to amuse yourself. You need to be part of something. Because as soon as you say, oh, I'm old, I don't want to do anything, I give up. Wow, you're becoming perfect target for the reptilians, which are going to help you to survive with drugs, legal or illegal drugs or chemicals or God knows what. So your number is up. You want to stay young? I have tricks, secrets that I teach. If you have a group, if you want to learn anything about staying young, if you want to learn about the superconscious, if you want to learn about astrology, if you want to learn about anything, I am here. This job, as I said, I'm doing it as long as I can, as long as I'm needed, but everything is going back normal. So I'm going to keep doing it for a while, but there's still demand on the East Coast. A lot of people don't want to go to New York, but my back is killing me. You know, I suffered an accident 2 or 3 years ago. And I had the first surgery. They fixed my hip, but my back needs also surgery. And I can only work with belt tied up around my wrist. And I have to, my belly, my back, and I have to move each time I stop. I have to move to let the circulation going and everything else. But it's really, really painful. I'm still out there. I'm still out there because I have goals that I share to my VIP and my Patreon supporters. All right, so you heard me. You know now what to do. Go and click on the link, read all the details, okay, and be ready for a big, big surprise. Remember, you throw something up, it's going to come down. That is karma. I'm giving you the option today to work for the light, to endorse and promote my movie. Okay, give me your feedback, use both links, and watch on the date that I gave you. Make a cross on your calendar. Okay, Dr. Chewy says I'm going to have a good surprise. But pay attention. Pay attention to everybody. Your kids, your friends, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. You're going to see Draco working his magic through you. I'm putting the green where the mouth is. I'm giving you something that's going to happen to you if you trust in the force and take on the challenge. So go out there, use both links, leave me a little note. You're not going to see it right away. As I said earlier, Amazon take forever to put those comment apps. And then be ready for what you deserve. Good karma. Until then, my good friend, if you want to know all the details about this upcoming window, you know what to do. Links are live. Become a Patreon, become a VIP. And to all of you guys, thank you so much for showing true support to Dr. Cherry. Until then, hey, make it a beautiful life, my friend, and we shall see you again. Bye-bye.